Hello everyone, and welcome into Roulette Rivals World Championships 2022. This is a group stage matchup between Group G players, Astori and Sparklxs. We will be traveling first to China, Chongqing, however you want to say it, chosen by Astori, and then we will be traveling to Ambrose Island, as chosen by Sparklxs. There is also a third map, as well. But first up, it is China. Gonna have our spin just a few seconds here. Predictions are closing. And let's see what we've got going on. Sparklxs got a little bit of music going there. I don't want to go too loud with that volume. We'll see if Astori gets any player audio. The spin is Hush, Explosive Accident as Facility Guard, and Imogen with Scrap Sword as Facility Engineer. Okay, so interesting Facility Engineer grab. I imagine we'll see the early one from the facility start. And then also Facility... Oh, this is interesting, actually, because it kind of has both. It has both of these disguises that work with the banana, so Sparklxs is going to have to choose one or the other. Okay, so Sparklxs opting to go in from the block guard start. And we have no player audio, unfortunately, for Astori. So Sparklxs is running through the block here in the block guard disguise, but does restart. I don't know why. Not due to a loadout issue, because there's no replan. Alright, and Astori is loading in now. But then replanning. I think changing up the snail for the taser so that the accident can be triggered remotely. Sparklxs will be pacifying Hush in front of his TV monitor here while he's on his meeting with Imogen. And a simple distraction shot there. Makes easy work of Hush, who is now set up. Nearest propane flask to this is outside on the balcony here, near some scaffolding. You do have to toss it up the ledge, but it's just a simple one toss away from Hush, so very convenient to grab. Astori is cleaning out this room here, the sensory deprivation room. Wants to just get these bodies put away, packed up, so there's no issues when the explosion goes off. I feel it's almost too silent here, so I'm going to put on a little bit of appropriate music here. Just to sort of keep us in the mood. Sparklxs is on the roof here as in the block guard disguise, and Astori is running through disguised in the researcher outfit. Looks to be heading for the propane flask, and Sparklxs is trying to get down here to Imogen. I don't know if we saw the drone shot. But the scrap sword has been retrieved. Astori is setting up this micro taser near Hush and the propane flask there. Alright, Astori takes care of a drone. I believe Sparklxs did. Yeah, he's waiting here and Imogen is approaching. Astori takes care of the cameras from atop that ledge. Right, Sparklxs is going to approach. Now he's not... He needs to change into the facility guard disguise. Hopefully he's aware of that and doesn't get this kill with the scrap sword before he switches. He does not make that mistake. He also, yeah, he needs that facility guard disguise for the Hush kill, who he's probably going to detonate now. He doesn't detonate yet. I think he grabbed the dongle there. He does detonate now and gets the Hush kill. Astori is heading down, drops off the scrap sword there on the landing, and we'll be doing a similar thing to what we just saw Sparklxs do. Sparklxs hacking his way into the data core and heading for this facility engineer disguise. The body of Hush is discovered, but it's an accident kill, so it does not matter. Sparklxs has the facility engineer out here, but not in a good spot to pacify him, so we'll need to try again with another thrown distraction. He gets it in a better location this time. Here goes Astori, making these pacifications. No problem there. Sparklxs gets the facility engineer disguise and now needs to return. Sparklxs is all but done with the spin at this point. Astori still needs to get the facility engineer disguise, but Sparklxs just has too great of a lead here that even if Astori does this very quickly, it's not going to be enough. Astori is looking, Sparklxs is looking very good. And that is a very clean Xiangxin. Nicely played there by Sparklxs. Will be taking the first 2 points. Astori also has... This is a very solid strat here. Aside from a couple replans at the start, Astori is certainly on track to complete the spin. But this is a competition. Let's not forget. And the goal is to do it faster than your opponent. Welcome, Raiders, from InForFun's stream. Hope you enjoyed the rest of that shoutcast. We have just completed our first matchup on China, and Sparklxs was victorious. Astori on track to complete the spin, but just not as quickly as Sparklxs did it. So Sparklxs grabs the first 2 points. And we now head off to Ambrose Island for our second map. Let's pay out our prediction. Sparklxs won, and we will start a new prediction. Two minutes for a prediction. One moment, everybody. I will be right back. Looking at our player statistics, we can see that Astori has not been here yet. Sparklxs has been here once before and has a victory from that outing. Wonder if they have Ambrose Island music already. They do. Well, that's good. Unfortunately, we don't have good player audio for this stream, so we have to kind of fill the background in a little bit with some appropriate musical ambiance. Thankfully, the Ambrose Island music is available on YouTube. And the spin is here. This is what it is. Noel Crest eliminated with a meat fork. That's news to me that that's an item. As the metal worker, and Aka drowning as the cook. Did not know the meat fork was even an item. I wonder what the kill animation is. What is that? Scissors? Letter opener? Animation? Interesting. So Sparklxs loading in, getting the quick seeker onto Noel. Loading in at the social hub start. Getting briefcase packed up with an explosive. And tosses it past the second boat there. Astori starting in as the militia. Or as a cook, rather, I guess. Not militia cook. This isn't Colorado. He's just a cook. Sparklxs grabbing a bottle of whiskey there, and stashed item from Farah's, I believe. Don't know if the fork was picked up yet. We'll be calmering this metal worker here, right next to the room with the chef in it. But he gets ripped by the chef in that room. Oh no. Alright, Sparklxs back to square one. Astori has now reached the center of the map. where you start ordinarily when you start as the social hub. He's in Farah's. He grabs a regular knife. And there's the meat knife. Meat fork. Calling it a knife, and it says fork right on the screen. Okay, so Sparklxs setting up the bomb, putting it in the briefcase, and throwing it towards the opening of that cave. And heading into the room with the cook in it, once again. And gets ripped once again. Ouch. Having a hard time here with this guy. I mean, I won't lie, he has ripped me once or twice as well. He can have some unfortunate kind of changes in his position there, so Sparklxs just getting some bad luck. Astori misses a dart, thankfully gets the second one. So this will work. Akka will be on her way to the toilet here, but I don't think he has Noel yet. I don't think Noel is down. Wow, Astori gets a hell of a peekaboo on that guard as running away. Because what you're supposed to do there is actually have the second dart handy. Okay, Sparklxs gets in and out of the chef's room without any issues this time, I think. Gets the chef pacified. And now needs to get the metal worker. Astori's going for this drown here. That was a... Was there a distraction performed before? Yeah, there was. Oh boy. Now, how are you gonna get out of here? Astori's got to figure something out. Oh, this isn't great. Okay, that actually works. Wow, nice thrown distraction from Astori to get out of there. Sparklxs is... Oh, that instinct is so dark, I can't see anything, but a body gets found. I think that thrown KO was witnessed. So an unfortunate rip from Sparklxs. Astori's looking really good here. Just needs to get the Noel kill. And I think has a durian in hand. Akka's body's discovered, but it won't be a problem. Oh, that's an apple. I'm sorry. There might be a durian in the inventory, though. But Astori's 4 minutes in here and looking pretty solid. Going for a metal worker over here, I would imagine. That's not a metal worker. It needs to be clarified. That is a engineer. The metal workers are up the hill here. Sparklxs is jumping into this chef supply room here, where this guard likes to turn around, but it won't happen this time. Sparklxs has the homing rear naked choke, or whatever kind of chokehold that is. Sparklxs getting the calmer dart onto the metal worker there, needed for the Noel kill. Astori finding the free metal worker disguise. Now, to my knowledge, Astori still has Noel roaming around. Sparklxs is a minute and a half into the spin to Astori's 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the spin. A lot more riding on Astori's shoulders right now. Very hard to see what's happening with the instinct. When, oh my gosh, no! Astori gets ripped to the cook in the room! With a durian in it! 6 minutes in! Devastating. Devastating. Starting once again from the cook location in the militia camp, running into town. Sparklxs, thankfully no issues with that cook. Gets the disguise, gets his durian, gets the meat fork, the meat utensil. Oh no, he tosses the meat knife. That's gonna actually bring someone over to investigate that, I think. But he goes out there and drops an item to stop the investigation. Okay, Sparklxs gets the kill on Noel with the meat knife as the metal worker. Gets him boxed up. Changes back into the cook. We'll be heading for Akka. I think probably already tossed the explosive towards the opening of the cave as well, and just throws the durian directly at Akka as well. I suppose that's not an illegal action, is it? Astori is lining up some seeker shots. Sparklxs did get Akka with the emetic, or with the durian, which functionally is an emetic. There goes Astori lining up these shots. He gets Akka. Sparklxs has a good position here as well for this drown kill. Just needs to wait for that. I think he got more people than he intended to with that durian. So as soon as he begins the drown animation, which Astori is doing right now, as soon as he begins this drown animation, that other sick guard will stop where he is walking and start pathing back to that toilet, unless he reaches somewhere else and starts vomiting first. But if he doesn't reach a spot, he will repath immediately to that toilet. So that's why Sparklxs was waiting there, so that would not happen. Astori gets the kill first, however, still needs to get Noel, which Sparklxs has done. Oh wow, Sparklxs running right through that room there with the two pirates in it. I don't know if the explosive was set up. I think it was. I think Sparklxs did set it up. Grabs the key. And is out. Sparklxs gets out in a 5-minute and 18-second attempt. There were a few rips. There were a couple painful rips. That cook in that room outside of the social hub area is quite annoying and perhaps unpredictable in terms of when he's going to switch positions, what exactly, his view cones are, because he's sick, right? He's in there doing the nauseous animations. So his view cone is perhaps somewhat limited, but not consistently, only when he's doing those animations and not turning and changing positions. I imagine that won't be the first run that we see ripped to that cook. Probably for as long as roulette spins are played on Ambrose Island, we will see players get ripped to that cook. And you can quote me on that. But we head now to the Isle of Scale as our third and final map pick. let's update our predictions. Astori almost had that. I have to say. It was very close. If that cook had not ripped Astori 6 minutes into the attempt, it probably would have worked out. Sparklxs was able to catch up very quickly, though, even after a couple of rips, 2 to 4 minutes in. The Ale of Scale or the Isle of Skyle? I tend to lean more towards Isle of Skyle, I would say. Jebediah Block or Jebediah Block? It's like a tomato-tomato question. Or tomato-tomato, rather. But our players have no recorded statistics for this map. Zeros across the board. Well, guess what? Those numbers are changing today. Not going to be zeros for much longer. If we see the starfish in this spin, I might just scream into the microphone. You will never see it with a knight, though, thankfully. Thankfully, Jotes doesn't make the rules. So we have Zoe Washington with an explosive weapon as a guard. And we have Sophia Washington with a sniper rifle, or some say snipper rifle, as an ARC member. Not an architect. Though we'll probably still see an architect start. How much you want to bet? A breaching charge would count as an explosive weapon. A breaching charge would not count if it were loud explosive. So Astori gets the Seeker Dart onto Sophia, sends her to the bathroom. But you won't be allowed up here as an ARC member, so I don't think this is gonna work out so well. I mean, I suppose you might be able to sneak back up here, though I wouldn't want to do that in a disguise that's trespassing. Sparklxs is going for a chapel start. Sparklxs going for the MOC lure here. For Zoe. Now this does not bring a guard with Zoe, it brings an elite guard. The kind that Astori is in right now. So he will need to get a guard disguise from elsewhere. Oh wait, no, there's a guard in the room, of course. Okay, Sparklxs is going for... Oh, wow. Almost gets ripped by that guard. Question mark appeared above his head, and he was about to turn around. It was a bit too close to Zoe when that KO was initiated. But thankfully it works out. Sparklxs now running through with a sniper rifle on his back, getting a lot of whoosh. That's very typical of running across that area of the map. Always made a bit more exciting, though, with a large illegal item on your back. Jumps onto the wrong ledge. Briefly. Needs to try and get here to get Sophia with the radio lure, as she is walking by the radio here. This is much better way to get Zoe with... Or Sophia, excuse me. This is a much better way to get Sophia with a hostile disguise than what Astori has done with setting her up in the bathroom. Although, if that's the strat you know, then that's the strat you know, and you'll work it out on the fly, and you'll see what challenges, you know, are associated with you know, trying to follow through on a particular strat. Roulette is a teacher of many lessons. Astori's going for the MOC lure here as well. Sparklxs gets Sophia pacified in this room and will be dragging her behind the couch. Also drops his sniper rifle there, but didn't like the placement of it, and I have to agree with not feeling good about the placement there. Hopefully is fine with the way Sparklxs placed it there. We'll be going for a bit of whoosh to bring in this. This is an ARC member. Astori is cleaning up here in the MOC room. Boxing up the MOC. Okay, Sparklxs retrieving something from the Hyperborean storage room there. A dart gun of some type. Astori has begun the Zoe MOC lure, so she's now walking to this room here. Okay, the guard sees the gun almost immediately upon opening the door. So Astori is bumping just the right amount there and gets Zoe pacified, no problem. Nicely done there. Switches into the Elite Guard disguise. Sparklxs is getting himself an ARC member here. I think Sparklxs realized that the peekaboo he did was, in fact, for an architect, not... Oh no, oh no, oh no! Someone's coming! Oh, Sparklxs gets ripped. Doing that pacification on the... That was the right disguise he needed. That was the ARC member. But somehow it was heard? I know when you grab NPCs like that from behind. Now, Astori is in the same spot. I did notice that the music was queued up very well. Unfortunate for Sparklxs, but good for viewing, good for viewer experience and immersion. Oh no, Sparklxs gets a side KO on the Master of Ceremonies and will be restarting as well. Astori still has a chance here. 6 minutes in. He's using a coin. He's using a coin, but he's having a hard time keeping the gentleman's attention. Having a bit of a hard time here. Very tense coin lure moment. Alright, he seems to get it. Here we go. Alright, Astori gets the pacification. Nicely done. Switches into the ARC member disguise. Sparklxs clearing out the Master of Ceremonies room. Astori switches into the ARC member disguise and now is going to be heading back for this sniper kill. Now remember, Sophia is pacified in the bathroom. Retrieves the sniper rifle. Going up, going through the radio room. Needs to sneak through this room here with in a trespassing disguise with a large illegal item on your back. The music could not be more appropriate for this moment. Oh God, oh God. That was so much whoosh. Someone's coming to this room to investigate now. Astori throws out a bust. The person stops in their feet, stops in their track. Oh my God. Boxing the bodies. I don't think Astori has any more room in that box. Switches into the architect disguise. And escapes the bathroom. Oh my God. That whole sequence was so heightened by the music just being perfectly in sync with everything. What a blessing. Sparklxs gets the kill and gets out. Now needs to head back for the Zoe kill. As the guard with the breacher, Sparklxs gets the MOC room set up and runs across here to make it up to the radio room to lure Sophia in, just as in the previous attempt. Astori switches into the guard disguise. Doesn't have an explosive weapon? Has he lost his explosive weapon? He doesn't have the... I don't know if he didn't bring it or if he threw it at somebody somewhere to pacify, but he doesn't have what he needs for the kill. Sparklxs activates the radio lure. Does he get her? I couldn't see the picture-in-picture to confirm if that was Sophia or not reacting to it. I think it was because he hasn't restarted. It is Sophia. Astori is now scouring, retracing his steps, trying to see. He found it. He's got it. He used his breacher to knock out Sophia in the bathroom. So he does find his weapon. Now needs to head back to Zoe. Sparklxs dodging a ton of whoosh there. He actually peekaboo somebody into this room. I think it's the architect. It is the architect. To get that disguise to move around on this floor a bit more freely. Astori has Zoe again, puts the breacher, gives her the breacher pillow. Switch back into the right disguise, please. There you go. There, okay. It's all looking good. Nice catch up there. Astori switches back into Elite Guard disguise and will be able to exfiltrate at the helicopter with no issues. And looking very solid there. Astori, nicely done. Glad we were able to see they could successfully retrace their steps, recover the breacher that they used to pacify Sophia in the bathroom, and bring it back to Zoe, as that was needed for the kill. That can be a very tense moment when you are looking through your inventory for a taser, an explosive, a lethal syringe, whatever it may be, and you don't have it. It's a terrible, awful feeling, and every roulette player has been there before. So we have confirmation on that final Isle of Scale spin from our players, and Astori is confirmed taking those final 2 points back to their points pool, and Sparklxs ending this match with a definitive win and taking 4 points to their points pool. Both players now offline. GG's. Good show from both players. Incredible. Incredible Isle of Scale. What a watch. Well done. And Astori gets the prediction payout there. Astori believers. Let's take a look at our brackets and see where players stand now. Let's just allow a moment here for the scores to update, which hopefully they have. Group G. Sparklxs with 6 matches played. This was there's still one more to go yet for Sparklxs, I believe. So this is updated. And for fun is at the top of Group G. 36 points, 100% win rate. Scary. That's frightening. Rank number 2, Sparklxs. 26 points. 6 matches played. 1 more to go. Or no. No, that's right. 1 more to go. Blunts and Beats, position 3 with 22 points. 6 matches played. 1 to go. And K. Kenny in position 4 with 15 points. 5 matches played. 2 to go. And then we have McCullers, Frivolous, Astori, and Soviet Dubov. The bottom 4 of the group here. McCullers, unfortunately, and Soviet Dubov will not be advancing out of the group stages onto the elimination stages of the tournament. Frivolous and Astori, unlikely, but it just doesn't say eliminated yet next to their names on the leaderboard here. But with 1 more match to play for each, I suppose it's possible if they were to sweep their opponent, they might still make it in and eliminate Kenny. So I think it's a fight to kind of see who is the 4th player to eliminate, or the 4th player to advance from Group G here. Interesting stuff. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the upcoming matches, of which there are several, but not anymore tonight, unfortunately, and that's very sad. But if you go to hitmaps.com, hitmaps.com, everyone, has interactive maps for Hitman, and there's also a button that says Fetch Upcoming Matches. It shows you all the upcoming matches in your local time zone. So there actually is 1 more tonight. I lied. In 1 hour and 15 minutes, we have Kalame versus Leo Perk. At 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But then all the matches don't start up again till tomorrow. 10 a.m. we've got Rocky versus Zerun. 1:30. Pinuer versus Tenega. 3 p.m. Frivolous versus Soviet Dubov. 4 p.m. Gorge versus some random person. 5 p.m. The Time Cube versus Alex M.R. And then we've got a handful of matches for Friday, Saturday. Saturday's looking somewhat busy. Sunday, a little less busy, but still somewhat. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that, everyone. And as always, thank you, Chris. Shout out, Match Admin. Thank you for your time. To our players, GG's. To both of you, Astori and Sparklxs, great show. And viewers and chatters, it'd be nothing, and it would be 4-0 if it weren't for you guys. So thank you for your time and for coming out and supporting the Hitman game and the Hitman community. Guess what? Munga's streaming, so Munga's where we're going. Thanks everybody. We'll see you out there. Stay safe, and remember, there's a match in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Don't know where yet, but stay tuned for that. Let's hang out with Munga for a bit. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And we'll see you at the next one.